Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are going to be upgrading Bo-Katan. Now this is actually a fantastic figure, and I would say it's probably one of the better Hasbro figures that they ever produced. However, it's just the colours are slightly a little bit off. The blue is fine, but it's just kind of like the overall colour and the kind of leather belts and stuff like that just seem a little bit off. And to me it actually kind of shows off a little bit of that reminiscence of that credit edition that they've done. So what we're going to do today, we're going to weather up the undersuit, add a few extra chip-ins, probably cover the belt in a different paint, a few extra chip-ins on there, kind of give her hair a little bit of a dark wash because it's a little bit too on the red side, and then she's got these little dots on here that need to be red as well, like these little lights. And yeah, so overall it's not going to be a massive difficult task, but it would just emphasize that figure and make her perfect. So let's go and let's see how she is at the end. Okay, first thing you want to do is remove all the accessories, helmet, backpack and guns, and put her in a T-pose kind of position. So then jump onto Google, type in Bo-Katan or Bo-Katan Hot Toys. We're going to be using these two images through the video, and it's just literally nice and easy to see all that detail just there on a couple of pictures. Okay, first of all you want to just get the gunmetal, and we're going to place it over the unpainted back plate on her back. Okay, so looking at the image we can see like she's got some like riding leathers underneath in the sort of like groin area, and also on her thighs there's those little black markers which are actually sculpted if you actually look at the figure itself. So we're just going to colour those in with a bit of black, put it into a small pot, and about 80 to 20% water. We're going to just make it so it's more of a matted kind of look of a black, so it should just look naturally onto the figure itself. And if you look into the inside of the figure, it's actually got that kind of hexagon shape already kind of sculpted in there. So just fill it in with the black, and then obviously overlay with the black stripes at the front. So next, grab the brown and we're going to paint that belt. So just lightly go over the belt. Don't matter if you don't get it 100% covered, because we're going to do a black wash over it anyway. So mixing with the brown, the original colour and the black wash, it will actually bring out a nice leather look anyway. So just make sure that you fill most of it, but don't worry if you don't cover it all. Using the same brown, we're just going to go over those straps that she's got over the shoulder and into her breastplate. So just be careful not to overlap onto the blue and you'll be absolutely fine. So don't forget to like and subscribe. You can ding the bell as well so you get notifications for the next video, and it really helps out the channel. So thank you so much. Next up, we're going to be using the gunmetal again, just filling in around that kind of Mandalorian armour just on the inside. Just fill it up with gunmetal because it has a darker kind of looking shine on the inside. And I don't think Hasbro have actually put anything over there on the abdominal area, so we just fill that in as well rather than having the flight suit look through. So taking the aluminium, if you look at the buckle of the original figure, it's actually got a little square kind of bronze colour. That needs to be silver. Also on the sides, she's actually got some buckles as well. So go over them with gunmetal first, let it dry, and then fill in the rest with the aluminium. Okay, so grabbing the red, we're just going to simply just fill in those 2 little red markers that she's got on the side of her hairband. We can't do the other side because her hair is swept over it, so it's just those 2 on the right hand side. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I've grabbed the gunmetal and I'm just slightly going over areas that I'm going to sort of weather up on the armour itself, just to get a little bit of kind of bruising on that silver. So doing the darker colours first and then eventually going over the top of that bruising with the aluminium, and it will really sort of make the armour look like it's a bit scorched and a little bit burnt in places. So next up, picking up her lid, the laddery part at the back of the Mandalorian helmet needs to be silver, so we're just filling that part in now. So using the same brown, I'm just going over the helmet. If you look very closely, there's a lot of dents and scrapes, and I'm just filling in with the couple of bits of the brown to make it sort of flow through the figure before putting on some aluminium. So here, I'm just going to make a brown wash. I've actually got 2 of these colours and this one's actually running out. So I just filled it up with water. So now I've got a brown wash rather than a black wash. And this is what I'm going to actually use on her hair, because I think using black too much is going to darken it too much and it just needs to be a bit of brown. So we're just going to tone that redness or orange down a little bit. Slow and steady wins the race. So just do a couple covers. If you feel like you want to do more, do more. Do a little bit more, let it dry a little bit, then wipe it. Then just keep building it up and building it up. What you don't want to do is just paint it completely brown by mistake, and then it's hard to get it off. So next up, I've got the silver. I'm just going over the helmet using the pictures as reference. I'm just going through, trying to match it up as best as I can. So just look at the pictures, go back, do a little bit more, look at the pictures, go back, and just try and recreate it so we know that you've actually got the definition version of Bo-Katan. So next up, we're just going to grab the guns and do them in the gunmetal. Just simple as, just where it's silver, just change it into the gunmetal. So the figure is completely painted now. We're just going to go over it with a black wash. I went over the flight suit just once and it wasn't dark enough, so I went over the flight suit again just to bring it even more darker, to be honest. The armour itself, I did a very slight black wash over the top. I didn't want to go too much over the weathering that we've already done to it and the chippings and stuff like that. And it doesn't really need it because I don't really want to darken the blue down that much either. So just concentrate on that. And obviously go over the belt as well. Get into those nooks and crannies you couldn't really get with the paint in the first place. Just so you got all that dirt and it looks a bit like shadowing and stuff on the inside as well. I also did one black wash over the hair as well. Not too much, not too dark, just a little bit, just to tone it down from the brown. And that was kind of it for the hair. So Bo-Katan wouldn't be complete without a Darksaber, so we're just getting the gunmetal once again and we're going to colour in the hilt. I mean, obviously this is Moff Gideon's weapon, but we're just going to tone it up for Bo-Katan as well. Once it's finished, looking all in gunmetal and nice and sparkly, get the white paint. There's kind of 4 little notches either side of the actual hilt, and we're just going to colour those in white. And then around the actual circle parts as well, we're going to fill that in with black. If you go over it too much, then go back over it with gunmetal just around on the outer rims. So here she is, all finished and weathered, and as much as the Bad Batch are pretty cool, this is the one I was most excited to upgrade. The figure is absolutely sensational. She's probably one of the best figures that Hasbro have produced, next to the Stormtrooper. She is absolutely fantastic. Although the paint applications, yeah, okay, we've had to upgrade it. She's absolutely great, and adding these extra details on there just makes her ping, she looks amazing. So what paints have we used? Well, we used the flat aluminium for the scratches, etc. over the armour, the black for the legs and the black wash. We had the white, you don't need it, it's optional. I only used that on the actual Darksaber itself. The gunmetal, obviously for the guns and the extra kind of like clasps and stuff on her belt. Red for the two little dashes that are in her hairband, and then brown, which is for the brown wash for her hair and also the belt colour as well. So looking at it a lot closely, we just bring her right up and go right through the actual details on here. So putting those browns into the actual helmet, just on the side in those scuffs. If you really look, there is actually like scuffs and dents and stuff on the actual sculpt itself. So it does help you when you're doing all that sort of parts as well. Once you added the brown, just put those white, well, the aluminium parts over the top of it, and it just adds to those scratches and looks really great. So now it continues all the way down. It's just consistency for the figure with the browns and the scratches on here, and now we've got brown and scratches on the helmet as well. So on the breastplate as well, we've actually added the gunmetal, then put the silver over the top of it. It just adds that kind of sort of scorch mark to an actual kind of looking shiny item already. And yeah, the belt clasp was done. We painted the belt up as well with a black wash as well, so it gives that off more leathery. Doesn't look as kind of like, it looks like a credit edition beforehand kind of colouring. It's actually dulled it down quite a lot. And even the undersuit or the flight suit is just a lot better colour as well. We've added those black parts on here, which I didn't even realise that actually they're sculpted on there originally with these parts. So it's really good and easy to paint those as well. Going down, we just added more silvers and stuff, and the black wash to the boots as well underneath. And the black wash to the jetpack, taking off the jetpack, she's actually got a silver kind of scratching and stuff on there on her back plate. Silver on the arms on these kind of parts, and then obviously carrying on the black wash and doling these down as well, because they were it's a really kind of orangey brown that they used beforehand. And the main part is really the helmet, so we can take a look at that and the back. And just, I can't even believe they left this part and left it blue as well. It's just beyond me, to be honest. But taking off the head, it just actually brings her face looking absolutely sensational. Just be careful when you're doing the black wash and the brown wash on her hair, because I accidentally actually put black wash on her face. Lucky enough, it did mainly come off. I just had to use a little bit of acetone to be careful not to rub it off her face. Just the little red dashes there just adds that extra detail in there as well. And just the hair just doesn't look as sort of out there anymore. So that's kind of it for the figure. She looks absolutely sensational, and I just can't wait to do some more. So let me know down in the comments what other figures you would like me to attempt. What other figures have bugged you over this time? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see if I can get around to it. So I just updated the Darksaber as well, just with a gunmetal. And we've got black as well around on the grip, just to add a bit more detail. And then we've got white as well in those four little holes on the side. And I know it's not hers, I know it's Moff Gideon's, but I just kind of wanted to do it as well. It's one thing I've been wanting to do for a long time, because it's always looked quite plasticky. So I thought, why not do it with Bo-Katan, because she wants it and now she can have it. So thank you once again. If you need any help, you can follow me on Instagram, you can message me. We've got a group on Facebook as well. It's all in the descriptions down below. I'm also affiliated with Amazon, so all the stuff that I've been using in this episode today have come from Amazon, and if you purchase from those, I do get a little bit back for not much, but it helps out the channel and it's all appreciated. So thank you. Until next time, you can subscribe and ding the bell, and I'll see you soon. Bye.